First of all, congrats to Louisville. Great team. I think it's a classy team. So, we hope that they have a lot of success down the road. Really proud of the journey that this group took all season. Most importantly, I think they're amazing young women. They fought extremely hard today. We're disappointed. But I think we'll look back with a lot of pride on the journey we took this season.
Coach, just talk about the ability to bounce back. How many times you guys were down? I think it was 4 consecutive point runs when you were down the entire time. How important was that result going into Pitt?
Yeah, we felt like in the first game we just didn't play well. We had a lot of opportunities, so we kind of talked about like we're beating ourselves right now. And then Louisville played really poorly in the second game, and I thought 3 and 4 were battles, and it was just really hard to score behind the line, I think, for either team. Both teams were siding out at a really big rate, so when we were able to kind of chip away, getting a couple points at a time, that allowed us to battle. So, yeah, I mean, this group is mentally tough. I mean, they're not going to give up. They believe in each other.
Any of the players, I see you guys kind of looking at the box score here. I mean, what jumps out at you is even all the way up until Pitt's, I guess, anything there that jumps out that didn't initially when you were out there?
No. I mean, their hitters hit really well, and we had hitters who hit really well also, but it just comes down to those little things. And, I mean, it's really cool to see. I mean, we still outblocked them, and, I mean, I think that's something that we really keyed into, so that's cool to see pay off for sure.
Kiara, Louisville talked about Reese's impact up front. What did you see from her, and how did she make things difficult up there?
It's 25.
25?
The right side.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, she definitely brought a presence. She came in. She made a difference for their team when they were kind of struggling. So, yeah, she's really good. Middle and right side, I think she's versatile, so they were able to use her in the middle and the right side of the court. But, yeah, she had a lot of success tonight. She played well.
Anything else from the room? What do you think?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
What do you think changed in the fifth set, and what as it kind of progressed? Louisville, it was their turn to make a run and kept coming back. What was it like just trying to contain that, and how the fifth set turned out?
Yeah, I thought we struggled. I thought they served really well, as did we early, but I thought they got us out of system, made some really good block moves. I thought they executed, and obviously some challenges didn't go our way.
What did you make of that overturn call? What was your perspective on it? Do you think it was the right call?
I can't say too much. This is what I will say. Prior to the match, we were shown the angles of the cameras. They do not have an end line or a sideline view. So we were told the sidelines are going to be very difficult to make a decision on. I actually talked to our committee rep and said, hey, we are at a point, and I fortunately get to meet with the committee because I'm going to be the future AVCA president. And I said, can we put it on the agenda that for regionals, we need to have some parameters, standards of what the camera angles are going to be? Because, being told prior they don't have the angles that are pretty standard, I think we have an expectation in our sport that we're going to raise that. So all I'll say is I think I know the angle didn't show straight down the line.
I have a second question for all of you, but just for you specifically, as you said that, how disappointing in 2023 is it for women's sports just generally to still be, looking for something that would be afforded to men's sports without question in terms of camera angles?
Well, listen, we've made tons of strides, so I'm not going to lean into disappointment. We have made so many strides this year from a television viewership and technology. And the technology improves every single year. But what my challenge to the NCAA is going to be, hey, we're to the point that it's affordable. And maybe it's not in the first and second round yet, but maybe in 3 years it is. But by the regionals, we should have some standards that everyone's going to have these angles. And I would guess that's happening, I don't know, in other sports, maybe male sports, I don't know. But I think we're to the point as a sport, and I think the NCAA's leaned into volleyball. I think they support volleyball. I would guess it'll be something that they'll be open to discussing. But I think we're at a point financially, technologically, and with the growth of our sport that we can make that enhancement to our tournament.
And then for all of you, as the last non-Power 5 still within this tournament, what do you hope the country learned from this squad about non-Power 5 and or mid-patriot volleyball?
I mean, I don't know if I would really I mean, I know we're smaller, but I feel like Creighton we've kind of put ourselves always up there. So I don't know if I would really call us a mid-major. Just the way from a volleyball and how it feels in that year in and year out expectations of kind of what we expect to do every year. But I mean, it's still great recognition. I mean, to get for the Big East and just kind of every conference can still be really good. So yeah, I guess it's still. Yeah.
Norah, how are you going to look back on this season?
Gosh, just a lot of gratitude. This has been an amazing season. And to finish it like this, I know that obviously we would have hoped for a win and to move on, but I think that we played our hearts out and we fought really hard, and I don't think we have any regrets in this game. We had a really, really good season, a lot of just amazing people to play next to. We're going to miss our seniors a lot, and I'm really proud of this whole team and all that we did this year.
Your coach had talked yesterday about kind of the answer depends on who asks, like what defines Creighton volleyball. That resiliency and just battling back today, is that kind of a symbol of the program? And what does that say about your fight today and the season as a whole to any of you?
Yeah, I think it's part of Creighton's culture as a whole. Like it wasn't just this year, but Creighton has always been known for having a lot of heart, playing with a lot of heart, and playing for each other. I think it's a lot easier to, stay aggressive and just have fun and have that fire when you're not worried about your own self, but when you're playing for each other and you're trying to go get it for your teammates. I think that represents Creighton a lot.
All right, we got questions from the Zoom. Go ahead, Matt.
My first one's for Kirsten. I guess when you look at Kiana Schmidt and knowing that she's played her last match in a Blue Jay uniform today, how do you encapsulate the evolution of both her game on the floor as a player and a key cog in what you guys do, and also kind of an off the floor, outside of practice leader that the players can all kind of rely on to just be there for them when they need them?
I've said this, I think, Kiana's story is so great because she, was a role player or a non-player, practice player up until about her junior year where she got some time, and she just continued to grind and get better, and such a great role model for our younger players that, it's pretty fortunate when kids can get on the court their freshman year. A lot of players have to work, and some people just transfer, some people give up. They don't think they can get there, and she's a kid that just kept working and became a stud, first team all-region kid, I think 2 straight years. So, and then from a leadership standpoint, I think these guys would attest she's, kind of on the quieter side as a human, but utmost character, selfless, and has been an incredible leader for our team this year. Someone that when she speaks, everyone listens.
And then for Norah, in terms of this match itself, what did you see from Kiara that, when she started getting going with block touches and scoring with the connection with Kendra and scoring from behind the line that allowed you, to really get rolling in set 2 and kind of settle into the match after Louisville took set 1?
Yeah, she fired me up. I know she fired the whole team up. Yeah, she made obviously a lot of really good plays, all back to back, and allowed us to really pull ahead in that set. And that set us up for, really good success in that set. And yeah, just the fire that she plays with, we all feed off of it a lot, and it's contagious. So.
All right, any other questions from the Zoom?
You're a pretty young team. A lot of you are coming back next year. How do you build off the success this year?
Yeah. Are we young? We are pretty young. Obviously, we're really, really going to miss our seniors. They both play a huge role on the court and off the court. But yeah, losing like this, I think, gives us a chip on our shoulder going into the off-season training and then going into season next year too. I think like people, like we were talking about earlier, like people don't necessarily expect us to be in this position playing in the Sweet 16 because we're not Big Ten, we're not whatever. But I think we expect this out of ourselves, and we even expect more. And I think that we're really going to lean into that and just work that much harder in the off-season and next year.
All right, Corey, did you have another question?
No, that was it. Thank you.
Okay. That's all we have. Questions? Congratulations
I do
on a
have a
great season.
question if it's okay. Sorry.
Go ahead, fire away.
Yeah, Kirsten, now it's this time of the year, I guess, and, I know that asking about individual accolades is kind of awkward for coaches, right? Because, you feel like you have to be, diplomatic with the rest of the country, but when you see the way your Kendra played in the NCAA tournament down the stretch for you guys this season, like, do you feel like she played at a first-team All-American level and that she's deserving of that accolade should it be bestowed upon her?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know which team, but I think she's an All-American for sure. Some of that is I'm not in the room to be able to compare her, but I know her numbers are fantastic. I know that she's beat a lot of good teams. Our team has beat a lot of good teams this year that will have players on the first, second, third team. And I think we have some other players that have the numbers. Again, it's all about the numbers. I know that. And I think we have some players that should be in the conversation.
Kendra, you were shaking your head at first, but now you're nodding. And Coach is answering. What do you have to say on that?
Oh, we're a freaking great team. And it's, again, a lot of people, I've gotten more accolades this year, but it goes back to my teammates. And without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So, yeah, we should have a ton of people. We should have multiple people on our team getting those recognitions because they're the ones that deserve it.
Thank you.